First Lady, disappointed by Trump supporters' Capitol riot, Wilmington, Delaware. Melania Trump said Monday that she is disappointed and disheartened by the deadly riot at the Capitol last week by supporters of her husband. But in breaking her silence, she also lashed out at people she said have used the tragic event to spread salacious gossip, unwarranted personal attacks and false and misleading accusations about me. The statement marked the First Lady's first public comment in the 5 days since a violent mob of Trump supporters, angry over Trump's election loss and stirred up by the president himself, stormed the Capitol on Wednesday and temporarily disrupted proceedings, certifying that Democrat Joe Biden will be the next president come January 20th. "I am disappointed and disheartened with what happened last week," she wrote in a White House blog post released before sunrise. "I find it shameful that surrounding these tragic events there has been salacious gossip, unwarranted personal attacks, and false misleading accusations on me, from people who are looking to be relevant and have an agenda." The First Lady did not say who she was referring to. Last week, Stephanie Winston Wolkoff, the First Lady's former friend and one-time assistant at the White House, wrote an editorial accusing Mrs. Trump of being complicit in the destruction of America. Their friendship ended bitterly after Wolkoff, who had worked on arranging festivities for Trump's inauguration in 2017, said the First Lady failed to defend her after questions arose about inaugural spending, now the subject of federal and congressional investigations. In the post Monday, the First Lady said, "This time is solely about healing our country and its citizens. It should not be used for personal gain. Our nation must heal in a civil manner," she wrote. "Make no mistake about it. I absolutely condemn the violence that has occurred on our nation's capital. Violence is never acceptable." She also urged people to stop the violence, not judge people by the color of their skin or use differing political ideologies as a basis for aggression and viciousness. She made no comment about her husband or his role in encouraging his supporters to go to the Capitol. The president has spent the weeks after losing the November presidential contest spreading baseless claims that the balloting was tainted by massive fraud and that the election was stolen from him. Numerous state and federal officials, including former U.S. Attorney General William Barr, said there was no evidence of fraud on a scale massive enough to have affected the outcome. Trump encouraged his supporters to flock to Washington last Wednesday, the day set for Congress to certify the presidential vote. After addressing a rally near the White House in which he encouraged his supporters to keep fighting, they stormed the Capitol. 5 people, including a Capitol police officer, died. Man seen chasing black Capitol police officer in video faces charges. The man seen chasing a black Capitol police officer up the stairs during Wednesday's insurrection and riot is Doug Jensen. According to a CNN comparative analysis of his booking photo and posts on social media, Jensen is one of the individuals now facing federal charges. On a Twitter account bearing his name, Jensen twice identified himself in one of the pictures that was circulating online after the riot and insurrection. His neighbor in Des Moines, Iowa, also confirmed to CNN affiliate KCCI that the man in the photos was Jensen. Jensen, dressed in a QAnon t-shirt, is also seen in an Associated Press photo taken by photojournalist Manuel Balcecineta, gesturing toward another Capitol Hill police officer. In the video captured by the Huffington Post's Igor Bobek, Jensen, wearing the same QAnon t-shirt, is seen chasing the unidentified officer with a mob of rioters following him. Once at the top of a set of stairs, the officer glances toward a doorway to his left that leads to the Senate floor and moves away from it and toward the camera, steering the mob away from the Senate floor. Jensen posted on Twitter on November 12 that he was ready for 4 more years and will do whatever it takes. Jensen, 41, was arrested for his involvement in a violent crowd breaking into the Capitol, according to the FBI and local authorities in Iowa. Local authorities were not called to assist with the arrest, and FBI officials presented Jensen to Polk County Jail for processing on Saturday. He was booked into the jail at approximately 1 a.m. Central Time. According to the FBI and the Polk County Sheriff's Office, Jensen faces 5 federal charges of unlawfully entering the Capitol, disrupting government business, violent entry, parading in a Capitol building, and blocking law enforcement during the riot. CNN also reached out to the Polk County Jail to try to contact a lawyer for Jensen, and they deferred to federal officials. No further information about Jensen's case was available at the time of publication from the Justice Department. KCCI went on to report that Jensen has since been let go from his job at Forrest & Associate Masonry Company. President and CEO Richard Felice told the station the company does not agree with Jensen's actions. Woman who attacked and falsely accused black musician's son charged with attempted assault. The woman who was caught on video falsely accusing the 14-year-old son of a popular black musician of cell phone theft has been charged with 2 counts of attempted assault. New York police said. Mia Ponzetto, 22, of Piru, California, also faces attempted robbery and grand larceny charges, as well as a charge of acting in a manner injurious to a child after an incident last month in New York. The New York Police Department said in an email. Ponzetto was arrested Thursday in Piru and has been extradited to New York. The spokesperson for the New York Police Department told CNN. The boy's father, jazz trumpeter Keon Harold, posted a video on December 26 taken with his phone that shows the woman making claims against his son at the Arlo Soho Boutique Hotel. The lady in this video assaulted my 14-year-old son and me as we came down from our room in the Arlo Hotel's Arlo Soho to get breakfast, Harold wrote in an Instagram post. Ponzetto said she had lost her phone, and, apparently, my son magically acquired it, Harold wrote, calling the claim ridiculous. It is unclear if Ponzetto has an attorney in this case. Ponzetto, in a CBS This Morning interview taped before her arrest in California on Thursday, apologized and admitted she could have handled the situation differently. She insisted in the interview that race was not a factor, and that her actions were not criminal. The NYPD said they were not investigating the incident as a case of racial bias. I was approaching the people exiting the hotel, Ponzetto told CBS in a sometimes tense interview, because in my mind anybody exiting might be the one that is trying to steal my phone. U.S. intelligence agencies have 180 days to share what they know about UFOs. Thanks to the COVID-19 relief and spending bill when President Donald Trump signed the $2.3 trillion coronavirus relief and government funding bill into law in December. So began the 180-day countdown for U.S. intelligence agencies to tell Congress what they know about UFOs. No, really. The Director of National Intelligence and the Secretary of Defense have a little less than 6 months now to provide the Congressional Intelligence and Armed Services Committees with an unclassified report about unidentified aerial phenomena. It's a stipulation that was tucked into the committee comment section of the Intelligence Authorization Act for fiscal year 2021, which was contained in the massive spending bill.